Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in. Today's poster wants to know how to cut on the outside of this red line to cut off the corners of the flag. Now, I'm going to assume that you didn't want to include the red line. So with the magic of Elements, I was able to recreate your project. I'm going to bring that one to the bottom and turn it off. And here we go. We got our single layer of just the flag. So basically what you want to do, let me assume one more thing, that you didn't want the white background. So if you did, you could just leave it and then continue with the tutorial. So in our case, let's go ahead and take off the white background simply by grabbing the magic tool. Make sure this tolerance, because it's sharp lines, it doesn't have to be up that high. 25% right here is pretty good. So I'll just click right here and I will hit delete, and voila, all the white background is gone. I'll hit Control D to deselect. And here we go. Now we got just a flag. How do we cut around the corners? I'm going to turn on the back version for a second, around that red line, which is of course is now on the back side because your picture is on the lower layer. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue with the top layer. We start with a circle. We want to grab this elliptical tool here, and you have a choice down here of square or round. Sometimes this up here will be square. You come down and you change it around to what you need. We'll click the round one. I'm going to pretty much make a circle similar to the other one. Let's pretend we didn't have this one to look at, so we'll just like eyeball it. I'm going to hold the shift key, which will allow me to make a perfect circle, and I'm going to align the left side, and the other one was, oh gosh, it was like right up around here. So I'm going to line along the left side. I'll click the shift and hold the left mouse button and just drag down here to the lower right. And see, no matter what size I make, it stays a complete perfect circle. So I'm going to make it really big, kind of touch from the left side to the right side, right around, let's say there. And then I'll let go of the mouse and the shift key. It makes us a perfectly good circle. As long as we have this selected, I can move that circle around by clicking in the middle of it and move that circle. So if in case I made it off a little bit, I can just reposition it and make it exactly where we want it to be. And let's say right around here. Once we got the circle where we want it, all we got to do is simply choose the layer that we want to get rid of everything else beyond the circle. And I'm just going to right click in the middle and choose Select Inverse. This chooses everything else but what's inside the middle of the circle. As soon as I hit delete, voila, there you go. You have your flag, and now I can do Control D to deselect. You have exactly what you're looking for, which was the corners of the flag cut out. Now let's say you wanted to actually keep the circle. I'm going to go ahead and undo. If you wanted to keep a red circle, instead of right-clicking and choosing to inverse, I'm going to go up here to Edit, and I'm going to do Stroke Outline Selection. And let's go ahead and change that color to red. Hit OK, and now we want to change the width to something like, it's at a 10 pixel, which is small. That doesn't show you what it is, so you just have to guess. If it doesn't work, do it again. Let's do something like 35 pixels wide. As soon as I hit OK, there's our circle. Now I can do Control D to deselect. And this left us with a separate layer of a circle, exactly what we wanted to do. So let's go ahead and reposition that because I moved it around. Now that we have the circle on its own layer, let's get rid of the edges of the flag. So what I'm going to do is grab the magic tool once again, and on the circle layer, I'm going to choose beyond the circle, the outside of it. So I'm going to click with the magic wand, and that chooses everything else outside of the circle. And instead of hitting just delete, I'm going to choose the layer that I want to delete, which is the flag. We want to get rid of the corners of the flag. So I'm going to choose the flag layer there and hit delete. That got rid of the flag edges. Now I can hit Control D to deselect, and I can right click on the circle and merge it down. And that's all there is to it. Now we got us a flag with the red circle. If we really wanted that white background inside there, we can always put it back by changing the color of our background. And now that we have our layer picked, grab the paint bucket and just simply fill it in with white. And there we go. We got us a nice flag with the red circle. The edges are cut off and the sides are filled in. That's it for this tutorial. This is Rich calling it quits, saying over and out.